Information Communication Technology, Postal and Courier Services Minister Honorable Tatenda Mavetera said artificial intelligence must be used to solve problems faced by citizens in their everyday lives if it is to remain relevant and beneficial to national development. She made the remarks during the Artificial Intelligence for Impact Challenge held in Nyanga last week, where young innovators showcased technology-driven projects designed to address challenges in sectors such as agriculture, health, education, and public service delivery. Minister Mavetera commended the participants for developing practical AI solutions, saying innovation should drive community development and support Zimbabwe's vision of becoming a technology-driven economy.
Technology is not an end in itself. The measure for progress will not be the sophistication of our algorithms alone, but the number of lives they touch. It will be the farmer in Zimbabwe who receives a real-time disease alert for a crop, and a clinic in Binga that diagnoses a condition using AI-assisted imaging, and an informal trader in Mara will be able to access microcredits through an intelligent alternative credit score. That is the impact we expect as Zimbabwe. This is the Zimbabwe we are building. Allow me to thank His Excellency our President Dr. Nagabo, who already set the tone of what we need to do as a country. He launched Zimbabwe's AI strategy, making Zimbabwe number 17 in Africa to launch such a progressive blueprint. Our gathering today is a cornerstone of Zimbabwe's national AI strategy, which we are shaping to be more than a government document. It is a societal contract. It declares that we will harness the fourth industrial revolution not as spectators, but as architects. The AI Grand Challenge that we are launching today is the practical engine of that strategy. It is a national call to our highest minds to solve our most pressing challenges, and in doing so, to win not just prizes, but to win markets, change systems, and create generational wealth in line with Vision 2030.
As we embrace artificial intelligence, we must recognize its immense potential to transform our tourism industry. AI can enhance destination marketing through personalized visitor experiences, provide intelligent travel planning, improve hospitality services, strengthen environmental conservation, support disaster preparedness, and generate valuable insights for tourism planning and investment. By embracing these innovations, we position Manicaland as a smart tourism destination capable of competing on the regional and global stage. Beyond tourism, artificial intelligence presents unprecedented opportunities across agriculture, education, healthcare, mining, environmental management, and public service delivery. It offers practical solutions that can improve productivity, create employment opportunities for our youth, empower women entrepreneurs, and stimulate innovation within our community.
We're working on a project called ZIMBABWE. Basically, the challenge is this. If you interact with voice technology, you notice that most of them, they are mostly based in English. We don't have voice technology in our own languages, be it Shona or Ndebele. The challenge is there is no data to train AI models on our languages. For example, if you call that 111 number, you notice that if you select English as your language, you'll be directed to an AI model directly, and then you can ask any question in full form. But when you select Shona or Ndebele, you'll be given prompts. Of course, it's Shona, it's Ndebele, but you are not exactly interacting with like an AI model in that format. So what we're trying to do with INZU, we're trying to collect a data set of our own languages in voice mode. That is, we give the general populace of Zimbabwe a prompt, a sentence, be it in Shona or Ndebele, and then we ask them to read that sentence out loud. That way, we are building a data set, a national asset.
We need to look into ways that we can, for us to enhance the capacity of people with disability. His Excellency, our President Dr. Mnangagwa, has been very clear that we don't need to leave anyone in any place behind. So for in the adoption of artificial intelligence, no one has to be left behind. We need to work together, collaborate, so that at least no one is left.
I believe that AI should be regulated to ensure that it's ethical, it's balanced, and we recognize the principles of Ubuntu digital constitutionalism. In addition to that, I also propose that for government to see the successes in AI, they need to invest in its innovators. We need to treat AI as a critical resource mineral, the same way we do with our own minerals. In addition to that, Honorable Minister, I submit that for government to see the value in AI, we need to have insurance companies partnering with portals to ensure that any framework regulations, they do cater for victim compensation in terms of how much is associated with AI.
Artificial intelligence has become the great equalizer of human potential. For centuries, opportunity often belonged to those who had better aptitudes, better IQs, who had access to knowledge and specialized expertise. In many instances, although people were endowed with intelligence, they lacked the tools to realize their full potential. Artificial intelligence is beginning to change that by placing extraordinary knowledge into ordinary hands, giving more people than ever before the opportunity to solve problems, innovate, and create value.
We've developed a real estate dataset, which we've named the Zimbabwe Residential Real Estate Intelligence Dataset. What this dataset is supposed to help is provide intelligence to solve with our real estate issues. People that are looking to buy accommodation, people that are looking for rentals, they've fallen victims to prey and people that look to scam them out of their monies. This could be fake land barons and whatnot. So we are coming up with a solution to deter this kind of predatory behavior.